Hey team, I wanted to make a training video on why I use Wufoo for forms when it comes to my challenge groups. And I wanted to walk you through how to go about using it if you have not ever tried this or ever completed a form. If you've noticed, I've been using this for pretty much everything the past couple challenges, and I'm going to continue to do so. I just think this is the best way to track who's in your challenge groups and also information that can help you along the way, especially now that we have the Beachbody Challenge tracker app. You need to have an email to be able to invite them. This is a great way to collect that information if you are planning on using the app. Now, I will say there's a lot of other options when it comes to how to collect your information. Some people use the forms option through Google. Some might just have you, shoot a message and say, this is what I want to do, and I want to be in this group and whatever. It really depends on how you want to run your business with organization. But I will tell you, I've tried a lot of these different options that are out there. And for me, this is the easiest way for me to make it work. So let me just kind of walk it through. When you go to wufoo.com, you're going to see there's a couple options. If you have not created an account, I definitely encourage you to sign up for free. I do not use the pro sign up option. I know a lot of times coaches will opt for that so they can have access to more forms. I don't, and I'll show you why here in a second. So once you create your free sign up and you get logged in, then let me go ahead and get in here so I can show you what's going on inside the Wufoo Form Manager. So up at the top, you're going to see a couple different things: forms, reports, themes, users, pricing, your account, all that basic information. And you're going to see actually two forms of mine showing. So with the free account, you actually get 3 forms that you can have working at one time. You can with the pro option have an unlimited amount of forms. If you choose to upgrade, like you could see down here, the little advertisement for it. Do I think that's necessary? I personally don't. Some other coaches may tell you otherwise. I always have one form that is set up for joining the team. And I constantly am going through it, and I'm cleaning it out and changing it up, and I'll show you here in a second what I've how I do that. I always have my current challenge group or most recent challenge group, that application there, and then I also have the blank one so I can create for an upcoming group. So right now, of course, I got the Sporkle Squad and Muscle Militia. I've got the Operation Sizzle, which is my most recent group that is currently still going on. And of course, there's going to be no entries when it comes to the group, but 50 people did complete the application process, which was the cutoff for who could be in the group. And that allows me to have access to all the information for everyone that's participating. And then the new group, which is going to be starting here in July, I'm actually going to create that form right now with you guys hanging out with me so you can see how I'm doing it. Now, we have not chatted yet about what the group is going to be. So this is kind of exciting. I'll give you a little sneak peek. I'll flip screens right here. It is actually going to be a birthday themed challenge group for myself. Every July, I do a group that is kind of centered around birthday craziness, fun things, and I do a giveaway. So this group is going to be called the Hot Mess Birthday Express. It's only going to be a 14-day challenge. I am strategically doing that because of Summit and some other things coming up towards the end of the month, and I hate to do any kind of challenge that might not have all my full attention when it comes to certain events coming up. I'm calling it the Hot Mess Birthday Express because it's going to combine all of my favorite things. I kind of was inspired by how Oprah does that list towards the end of the year of her favorite things. And I figured, well, I'm going to do a challenge group that combines everything that I love, things ranging from pizza to makeup to dinosaurs to dogs, running, coffee, you name it. It's going to be in this group. So it's going to be a real hodgepodge of things. It's going to be really, really fun. And it is officially going to begin on July 11th. It's going to end July 24th. So let's hop over here. The first thing we got to do whenever you come into a form is you want to kind of know what information you want to gather from people. What happens when they complete this form before we go any further, and why you want to have this information? Well, when they complete it, it's actually going to, of course, give you the information that you want, but it's going to, if you set up a notification, send a notification to your email or cell phone, however you want to organize it, with all of this information. So what I do is when this completed form comes to my email, which is how I have it set up, then I just put it into a folder that I have titled for the challenge. So this will be my Hot Mess Birthday Express folder, and I'll just save all of those. That gives me an opportunity down the road to go back and see who previously was in my group if I need to follow up with somebody, just to see if maybe if they win a prize and I need to know their t-shirt size or something. I want to be able to pull up that information. I can pull it from there and input it into my contact relationship manager. So that is what I do when the forms come to me. So let's get back to this form. Let's build it. I want to name the form, first of all. I don't want to call it the untitled form because I want people to be able to see exactly what they're applying for. So this is going to be called Katie's Hot Mess Birthday Express Challenge. Easy. So they have already populated in here some basic things that you may choose to keep. It's totally up to you. I usually change up the description a little bit and just say, thank you for completing this application. Oops, I spelled it wrong. That would help. I will respond to you. So I always put in there just something quick. I want to always have a time frame attached to things. So for example, in this one, I will respond to you within 48 hours to let you know I've received your information that you will be in this awesome 14-day group. I always do that because sometimes people will tell me they filled this form out and then I never received it. So I don't know if they don't hit submit. I'm not sure. Who knows? So I always make sure I give them a time frame. That way, if they don't hear from me and they shoot me an email and they say, hey, did you get my form? If I don't have it, then I could say, well, no, and that's why, and we can kind of go from there. You also can have a confirmation option with text, or you can redirect them to a website if you want to have them do that. And I just follow up with thanks again. Looking forward to celebrating my birthday month with you as we get fit. Whatever, I change it up every single time. So we want to add some fields to this because right now all that's in here, if you would go to this form to fill it out, is going to be the name. So let's add some fields. Over to the left here, you're going to see the different kinds of fields that you can add. I'm going to try to use a little bit of everything here so that way you can see how to use different options. You might want to, for some challenges, use just all paragraphs and have people complete and share more pieces of information. You might just want them to pick single drop downs, whatever you want to do. The first thing I want to know here is their name. So the first thing that's going to come up in here will be the name of the challenger. Of course, you got to have that. I also want to know their email address. When it comes to the information that I get, I usually always ask for their email. Sometimes I ask for their phone. It really depends on what I'm planning on doing. For me, lately, it's just going to be an email. I send them the email confirmation that they've been added to the group with some instructions. And of course, if I'm using the challenge app, then I go there and add that email to that as well. The next thing I want to do is just get a little bit of information from them. I want to know, because of the fact that this is a birthday challenge, I want to know when their birthday is. So I'm going to be using that for something. Whenever you pick a field, it's going to just pop up untitled, and you're going to have to click on it. You can see here how it has a little bit of dotted lines around it. Just click on it once, and that's going to give you the option to just change it up. So I'm just going to say, when is your birthday? There, that's done. Cool. Now I want to go back to the fields. And I also want to know what program they're going to be doing. So I'm going to give them a multiple choice option. With this challenge and with most of my challenges, of course, unless it's a free group, I require a Beachbody program to be used. If it's a free group, that's, they could do whatever based on what the group is set up to be. But in this group, especially this 14-day group, if somebody is saying, hey, I'm going to be going and swimming at the pool every day, or I'm just going to be running, that is not going to allow them to be in this group. They have to be doing the Beachbody program. When you are running your groups, you figure out what you want the parameters to be for a participant, and then you roll with it. You can do whatever you want, and I do change it up with my program. Sometimes I say it's okay if they do a little bit something else. If they do a Beachbody program 2 or 3 days a week, it's totally up to you. This one, got to be doing a Beachbody program. So which Beachbody program will you be using? So got to add some choices over here. I usually lump together some of the trainers just to get an idea. So we'll say T25, size, Insanity Max 30 for Sean T. I'll put 22-minute hardcore, P90X, P90X3, P90, 10-minute trainer for Tony Horton. I pop down here, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme. If they're using an on program, I'm going to add some more choices here. Turbo Fire, Turbo Jam, Pio, in case they're using Chalene. I want to also add in their lifting weights, Body Beast, Masters Hammer and Chisel. And then I'm going to add in there one more. I don't have a program. Please help me find the best fit for my goals. So that way, if somebody brand new is looking into doing a program with you, they can select that option. You know that they don't have what they need, but they want to be in it, and then you can follow up with them. That is that. Pretty easy. I'm going to also pop back over here. I'm going to add another multiple choice selection because I want to know what kind of Shakeology they're going to be drinking. This program, and again, back to what I said before, not every challenge group I require Shakeology for. I, of course, encourage it, but some of them I will allow you not to have it. But this one, you absolutely, every single challenger must be drinking Shakeology to be in the group. I am only allowing in this challenge group 35 people total because I'm turning 35 this year. That is it. Nobody else. Once it is capped out, it is done. So I'm not going to allow anyone that's not drinking Shakeology on HD to be in this group. So I'm going to go ahead in here and put which flavor of Shakeology will you be drinking during the challenge. I'm going to also make a note here that says all challengers must be active. If I can spell today, guys. Shakeology customers to participate in this challenge. Just in case anybody is not sure, this clears it up for them. Back to the multiple choice. We already know kind of what's going on. Vanilla, chocolate, vegan chocolate. I do add the chocolates together. Strawberry, vegan, strawberry. It is important to have this information too, to help you out when it comes to just knowing your customers and what's going on with them. If you've lost track of who's doing what, and you got a customer perhaps it's in a challenge group, and you're starting to get to the point we've got so many challengers you don't know anything anymore of what's going on with them, it allows you a reference point, so that way you can reach out and say, hey Jennifer, I know you were drinking the chocolate vegan. What do you think? You still liking it? You want to try another flavor? Maybe send some recipes out just kind of as a touch base with them, whatever you want to do. And of course, the last one, I don't have any Shakeology. Help me order. Cool, we're just running right through this. Now I'm just going to ask a couple specific questions. When it comes to these forms, I always make it specific to the challenge group that I've got going on as far as some of the information that I want to know. So for this one, since this is a birthday kind of challenge, I'm going to do a paragraph. I want to know some basic things related to birthdays. So tell me about your favorite birthday cake ever. I want to know about it. What flavor? It's going to be worked into the group. Trust me, you guys will see. I also want to know in regards to gifts, if you could only receive one gift for your birthday, what would it be and why? This is going to be tied into challenge prize. As you guys know, I love to do prizes. I want to know t-shirt size. So I'm going to go down here and just put in here, please share what size shirt, tank top you wear. You can go ahead and fill that out. And then the last thing that I want them to just finish up with is tell me what their fitness goals are. I want them to let me know. That way then I can see where I need to help them. If they aren't sure as far as the program goes, this will help me, just kind of have a direction where to go with them. So everything that I want to know is presently in here. I've got the name, but the email, birth date, program, Shakeology flavor, um, favorite birthday cake. If you could only receive one gift for your birthday, what would it be and why? Shirt size, tank top. Take a few minutes to share with me what your fitness goals are. So now I want to save the form. That is important because I want to use it. Now, as you can see, once you save it, there's a couple different things that you can do with it. You can share the form if you want to embed it into Facebook, WordPress, anything like that. You can continue editing. You can set up email notifications, which I am going to do. I like every single new entry that comes to this to go right to my email address. So that way I know. I always put new entries, save, and that is that. Now you do have the option to pop back and forth. When we go back to the form manager, you're going to see that that is now going to be showing up right here. As you can see, like I mentioned earlier, with Operation Sizzle and even my Sparkle Squad Muscle Militia page, there's 0 entries today, and it will show however many entries for the period of time. When it comes to things like my Sparkle Squad Muscle Militia, I usually clear those out because I get a lot of them. And what I do is I share the email response that I get once they complete the form in my file, so I have that reference point. But when it comes to this form manager, I go ahead and I clean them out constantly, and that just kind of helps me stay on track, which is just what I do. So over here, when it comes to the actual birthday express challenge, you're going to see a couple options. You can edit the form, you can add rules if you want to change things up, payments if you wanted to pay for something extra, which would be maybe some tie-in purchasing of something or another. You don't have to do that. I don't do it at all. You can share, you can embed the form, you can share on Facebook, Twitter, and you can see all of the entries in the analytics for the people that are completing it. Any additional information you can go through there if you want to add a password to the form. I've never had to do that, but in time you might choose that you want to. It's totally up to you. And then of course it's set to the default theme. Now, if I want to use a different theme, you can see here there's some options. So let's talk about those. Up here, if you click the themes button, you're going to see you can use a logo if you want to use your own logo for the background. You can choose one of the backgrounds they have in existence. For example, look, that's cute. Pink. It just really depends what you want it to look like. You can change up the typography, you can change up the borders, shadows. I don't really do a whole lot with those. Usually I just use this is the one I use all the time. And that's what I'm going to use for this one too. So I'm saving the theme. Up here at the top, if you wanted to have other users besides yourself, you can if you want to add some people to it. I do not. I just use my own. And of course, your account information is over there. So one final thing that I want to tie in here about the challenge or about the form. I want to show you what I do to shorten up the form when it comes to actually sharing it. Because as you can see at the top here, you've got a long title. So what I do is I copy it, and then I actually go into a different site, which I'm going to go to up here, called bit.ly.com. Bitly, for those of you who don't know, this is a site that will actually shorten for you the web addresses that you have, and you can customize them. It's free as well, so I definitely encourage using it. Of course, if you look over here to the left, you can see some other options. My Wingman challenge, just made it Wingman, by Felicia February, Uncle Eddie time. It just makes it easier. So when you want to create a bit link, you just create that. You paste in a long URL like this, and then customize it. You can copy, you can share it, you can do whatever you want to do. For me, I want to say Katie's birthday. Let's see if that'll work. If it's already used, they'll tell us about it. Nope, it works. So right down here, you're going to see that when I share this, which I have not actually started posting about this yet, I will post about this Sunday evening. I'm going to tell people to register. You're going to go to bit.ly/Katie's birthday. And that's all that you need to do. So I hope that helped you guys see how easy it is to use a form. Hopefully you'll start doing that for tracking of your own people, especially if you're struggling with how to keep things in order. This is a great way to do it. So I hope that helped you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.